This is the Boris we're going to be making Patrick into. As you can see, I found a basic white costume. I don't care what kind of costume, I just want it white. I believe this was a stormtrooper. I cut out the middle part. Here are the arms and the chest piece. I cut it all off so that all we have is this, so it looks like overalls. And we have to draw these lines and the buttons, and of course these lower knee part, this lower knee part. So first we're going to do this. Let me get that done and I'll show you the end result. Here's the results. I drew in the overall straps, this little band across the side, and then the flap, I guess that's what that is, and of course the knee pockets, I drew that in. We're now going to start on his ears and his nose, the gloves. Here we go. Oh, yes. Here we have the black shirt. I just took one of his black shirts and I turned it inside out. The coveralls, I just took, again, a white costume. I turned it around and I cut out the middle and the side parts. So next we're going to do his ears, his nose, his face, and his gloves. So, here's Patrick. Don't get the table. I had to pin his hair back so I could paint his face. And he keeps kicking the table. Stop kicking the table. So I'm just using some basic Halloween makeup. I got black and white. I usually get the cream because it's easier to spread over the type that's a solid like a cake. I'm just going to put it down. Here's the mask that I painted earlier. So I'm just going to put this on his mouth and I'm going to mark on his cheek the two corners because, you know, Boris has those lines that form a little circle on his cheek. All right, you're kicking it again. So just going to quickly, don't move, put that there and bring this down. Stop kicking. And of course, is that chocolate on your cheek? And the other side. Okay, try not to move, okay? Try not to move, okay? So now we're just going to start painting his face. We're going to stop right here. We're going to come down, get his cheek a little. Hold on.
Take the mirror.
Not yet. Let me get more of this done. I can always fix this later. Hi. Look that way. Chin up. Thank you. Does it tickle?
You're funny.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's get over here. I know. It's wet. Of course, with older kids who sit still, you can probably get more detail. I found these gloves at Party City, $4.99. I can't hear you, Patrick. So you can just draw the little marks on there. I have no idea what you just said, Patrick. So after last night, we went trick-or-treating, and I decided I'm going to fix the ears up a little bit more. These are just bunny ears. I'm just using some black fabric paint. Let's hope this works. You can hear Patrick screaming in the background maybe. And I'm hoping this fabric paint will just turn this pink into just black. I also have these, which I was able to find at a thrift store. This is why I love thrifting. And if I decide to use these, I'll just have them put them on backwards rather than this way. Because of course there's that, and I'm not going to destroy that. I might just get, I have this black felt which I bought. I'm going to cut off the circle and just cover up this patch. A lot of you will not have this. Of course, I found this at a thrift store. So if you don't have that hat, you just get a pair of bunny ears. If you can find solid black bunny ears, more power to you. But if you have to convert it, they're just sell this little simple, oh, that is covering nicely. And you're just going to spray it on the pink or whatever color your bunny ears have. They're covered nicely. And again, these are now, I'm just going to now allow these to dry. And then in a little bit, I will show you how to convert this little, any little pizza box into your new Boris mask. Because if you saw from the video, his paint on his face, I used a lot of this Halloween paint, was rubbing off on everything. So I decided I'm going to go with a mask tonight. We have another trick-or-treat event tonight, so I'm kind of perfecting his costume. So I'm going to go let this dry and I'll be right back. Alright, my workstation is a mess. And for good reason. I've been having to tweak and rethink a lot of the elements of the costume after last night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take out, it says wet paint on it. What I'm first going to do is I'm going to take this pizza box that we got last night after trick-or-treating because I was too tired to make dinner. And I'm going to now draw out Boris. I usually have my phone to look at, but right now I'm using my phone to record. So here we go. I'm going to, of course, you quickly edit this tonight because that way I can get it posted for you guys. Now, I'm doing a bigger version here, but I already have one made, which I'm going to show you. I'm just drawing it out. He has his two eyes. One seems to be a little bit bigger than the other. Of course, you can edit and tweak this as much as you want. My kids are my biggest critics. Like, if I don't get something right, they are more than happy to point it out. He has those little black things here. Another one here. Oops. So yeah, if I don't get it right, they're going to get me. I'm just kind of sketching it out so I know what it's going to look like when I cut it out. So now I'm going to cut out this huge thing. I don't know if I should leave it recording while I do, but that'll be boring if you just watch me cut. I'll fast forward to this part. The magic of editing. Look, there's sauce on it. That doesn't matter because you're going to paint over this. Check out the side. Oh, his teeth. I have not fast forwarded yet. You guys are still in real time. Before I destroy this, I do want to leave a white part down here for his teeth. And his lower lip. And also, I didn't do this with the first mask. Make sure to cut out little eye holes for little guys. And I'll show you how we're going to hide that too. Make sure they're nice and big. The eye holes are going to be right there. Back to cutting, and we'll fast forward through this. Okay. Now, if you have an X-Acto knife, I have one, I just don't know where I put it. So if you have one, more power to you. If not, you're like me. Don't cut yourself doing this. At least try not to. I like a little serrated knife, and I'm just gonna cut out the eye hole. For me, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're a perfectionist, have at it. Hey, look, pizza, pizza. Okay. So I have these, the Craft Smart. They sell acrylic, they sell chalk markers. These are so handy when you're trying to get details. And you can use just a basic Sharpie just to do the detail work, the outline. And then I come back and I actually use just chalk paint. I feel it stays, I don't know why. I just use this for the black areas. So here we go. We're gonna start, shake our marker. We're just gonna start drawing so you can kind of work faster when you have a marker than I think when you have a brush, because you saw my hot brush mess over there. I'm just going to trace this and kind of get the edges. Goes all the way across. Okay, for a second I thought I was doing the wrong side. I don't know why I thought that. And if you make a mess, it's okay, because you're going to come back with black later on and then do the details with that. So you're just going to trace all of this, trace down here, trace all that, trace the teeth. You don't really have to trace the teeth, because you're going to trace all this. You kind of get the hint. And then you're going to come back with your marker, and you can do the areas that are like a little hard to do with the paintbrush. You can use a permanent marker, and any phrase from when you're cutting out the eyes, I just paint them. It's really easy to do. Now, larger areas, you can then bring out your paintbrush. That's where the hot mess comes in. There's my paintbrush. And then just get some of this black paint. I'm doing this really fast because I don't want the video to be too long. And then, so you're just going to paint again, just all the areas that are supposed to be black on Boris. If it's hard to do because of the detail, make your black border with the Sharpie bigger. So let me kind of show you. So if you're worried that you're not a good painter, you can just color the Sharpie thicker and then bring a brush and then fill it in like that. Kind of makes it easy if you're not good with like doing detail work like me. See, I just messed that all up. And the best thing is, if you mess it up, you just come back. If I go too high with my black marker, I'll wait till it dries and I'll come back with my white and I'll fix it. So you're gonna paint all this. Oopsies, I'll just put that there. And if you want, you can, again, with the black felt, you do it around the nose. You can use black, this is sticky black felt. I got it at Michael's for $1. And here is the end result. Ta-da! It's like one of those cooking shows. So I used felt around the nose to kind of give it a bit of a raised look. For the eyes, pantyhose. So I just took a pair of pantyhose, and I don't care if there's runs. I stapled them. I stretched them out really good so they can see. And the strap is also a pair of pantyhose. There you go. There is Boris the mask. I'm now going to go grab the other mask I tried to make into Boris and show you what a hot mess that is. But I think this will hold up. If you're not sure, as far as, you know, your kid might bend it because it is just cardboard, do 2 layers. You know, double layer it, make 2 cutouts, and just glue them together. There you go. So let me get the other one. Here is the mask I bought and did my best to convert it into Boris. Now you need to see this one, because I was able to do freehand, not working with all the grooves, and the shape of the mask came out really good. But this one, because it was like a skeleton mask, pumpkin. See all the grooves? It was a bit harder. So it's up to you. If you want to convert a mask, you can, or you can just use the cardboard method. Bendy was easier because Bendy is just basically taking a round, smooth face, cutting a moon pie on the top and painting it. So we're going to go with this, and we're going to put the costume together now with Patrick. Let's go back so I can get a video. We have his mask, we have his overalls. Those are white patches, I call them pockets. Of course, he'll wear regular tennis shoes, his gloves, and his mask. So this is how it came out, the whole setup. I like this because we live in St. Louis, and if it's cold, because I mean last night it was 75 degrees. They were able to wear just a black shirt I turned inside out. But if it's cold, I can have him put on a black sweater, and I can put sweats underneath that. So here he is, the final product, the final thing. Again, if you don't have this hat, just take the bunny ears. Black bunny ears will work. Say bye.
I think that's all.
Yes, you're done. All right, here real quick is the other Boris mask I made. If you want the scary Boris, you know, you can go with this. Hi, boo. All right, don't get any paint on my LuLaRoe.
I'll take this off.
Yes, you're all done.